Afternoon all. Just a quick one, bit of fun I suppose, keeps me amused. Got the GoPro with me today, so I'm going to sort of try and film what I'm doing. So I'm doing a bit of grayling fishing, your own nymphing today, on the River Teme, 5 minutes from my front door. Yep, I am a lucky boy. I'll just quickly, I was going to run through the gear that I'm using today. So I'm using a Hardy ultralight 10'6", 0 to 2 weight, so a very, very sensitive and light rod. No fly line, mono leader, and a couple of tungsten beaded nymphs that obviously I'll tie myself, available through Team Valley Flies if you want to make me a little bit of money. It is a little bit of money, honestly. It's more a labour of love than anything else. So yeah, we'll go out and I'll turn the GoPro on and see if I can catch a couple of fish on camera. Team's perfect, looking really good actually. Beautiful river, my spiritual home I suppose. I caught my first fish on the Teme, 1980, I know, a long time ago. Changing river at the minute, used to be one of the top barbel rivers in the country. Now very much becoming a game river. Lots and lots of grayling, not very big, but lots of them. The odd trout, but it is the odd trout, although this stretch, a couple of years ago, this time of year actually, I was nymphing and I did have a 3.5 pound brownie, but they're few and far between. There's not many trout, but loads of grayling if the otters haven't eaten them, because through the summer on this stretch I came down fishing the dries one evening and I had a close encounter with 3 different otters. And the problem was the river was that low. The fish were holed up in the pools, and I'm presuming the otters had a field day, I should think. So I'm just praying they haven't done too much damage. But let's go and have a look. See you in a bit. For us. Oh, that was a bite. And that was. bit of a strange melee of currents here. Some of these look like it's going sideways, but it isn't, it's an undercurrent. Yep, there we go. Unusually for the river, it's a trout. I don't often get many trout in here, it's usually all grayling, but we'll take it. There we go. Lovely fish. Taking the baby pink caddis. Not really a trout fly, so he obviously thinks he's a grayling. Lovely fish. There we go. Lovely team brownie. There he goes. Where's all the grayling? This river is usually stuffed full of grayling. It's a bit worrying that I haven't had one. But this stretch has had 3 otters in it all summer, and it's been very, very low, so the fish haven't had anywhere to hide. In fact, this morning when I looked off the bridge, there was an otter, large as life, under the bridge. I'm just hoping they haven't all been sitting ducks all summer and ended up as otter food. This is a bit odd, it's normally all grayling, no trout. In fact, I think historically we've only had 2 trout down here, but one was 3.5 pounds, so when they come, and that was the next pool up, which I'm going to fish in a minute, but I wonder if he's still there, it'd be nice. Last time I looked him, he went absolutely mental. I've got a bit of a deep gully in front of me here. Of course, the other thing you've got to watch out for on the River Teme is barbel. Not that there's many left these days, but a barbel on £3 tippet would give me a good tussle, I reckon, and a 0 weight rod. It always amazes me how close you can fish with grayling. You literally catch them under your feet. Just in case. Generally though, the team grayling haven't read the textbook. I mean, there's always this theory they don't like boiling fast water like this because of the fin and everything. They find it hard to stay station. Some of the best runs on the team are almost like white water. In fact, there's a run not far from here where you can hardly stand up in it, but it's full of them. If that otter's eaten all my grayling, he's got some trouble coming his way. This is highly unusual. A few leaves coming down. I think we can safely say autumn's on its way. Sadly the Severn's gone back down again, otherwise I would have been barbel fishing today. It's only, I think, come on my flies, yeah, a bit of weed. I'll flick a streamer through that deeper pool just to see if that big trout's there in a minute. Don't mind me, I talk to myself all the time. Same person I'll get any sense out of. Deep at the next run up. It's a weird run though, the current comes at you diagonally. It's a bit of a strange one to nymph. It's really hard to fish actually, but I'll give it a whirl, shall? There's usually a few fish in this bit. Yep, there we go. That's a great one. There. Yay. What an amateur. Honestly. There we go. Nice little team grayling. Let's take the baby pink caddis again. Interesting. It's always quite popular, that fly here. I'm actually going to hand brand this because he's on the dropper and sometimes when they're on the dropper. He's very good looking at them. Oh, you behave. Baby pink caddis, look. Nice little young team grayling. Good going, mate. At least you avoided the otters. There'll be more down there. As we know, very rarely are they on their own. I think the only ones that tend to be on their own are the big fish, but unfortunately in the team there aren't many of them. For some reason the grayling on the team seem to bottom out about pound and a half fish. Very few twos. In fact, I think I've only ever caught 1 2 from the team, but I've probably had a couple of thousand grayling. Oh, that was a point. Looks like we found a little pod of grayling here. Let's try and keep in touch with it a bit better. A bit rusty doing this. In fact, it's the first time I've been out nymphing for probably since about June, I should think. Rivers have been in such a poor state, I've left them alone. A bit of barbel fishing and messing about, but nothing, a bit of sea fishing for the mullet and the bass, but apart from that, I've really done a lot this summer, apart from sweated. You see, if you saw that last fish run, that small grayling. He was right in that fast water. I suspect part of it might be they're safer there from the otters, because the otters I've seen have been in the sort of deeper pools. It's just unfortunate so many other bloody things. Oh, how did I miss that? Rusty, you see? By the end of the winter, I'll be hitting twitches on that indicator that somebody says what was the bite like. I'll be able to go, don't know. It's like a sixth sense in the end. But when you're rusty like I am at the minute, you almost need to tow the rod out of my hand. Oh, better fish. There we go. There's another one. See what I mean though? They're right in that shallow water. Right in the fast water. Those are weird things, Teme grayling. Yeah, slightly better stumper fish. Nice fish. Nice to get the line wrapped around my tip, I think. Let's just see what's going on here. Wrist breaking my rod, given the fact it's a Hardy ultralight, and I'll never be able to afford another one. Right, if the wife finds out how much this one was, I'll be in serious trouble. Take the baby from caddis again. They do like that one on the Teme. I mean, it's a fly that was developed by Andy Buckley, and died up on the Peacock waters, and yeah, it's cracking fish. Look at that, aren't they beautiful? Right, found a few fish by the look of it. I probably would have had a few more if I wasn't so rusty. You know when you can feel you're rusty? Oh, I actually slammed the rod tip then. Quite how I missed that is beyond me. Blame it on being rusty. Or 55, one of the two. Could be either. It's a good bite. Missed that one as well. I reckon this is old age creeping in. Got enough grey hair to be fair. Yeah, there's a few fish in here. I knew there would be. Might change that point fly in a minute. If we had an encounter with that big brownie I had the other year. I was using a guideline 2-weight rod that day and it dragged me. I know I wasn't, I was using the old Nymphomaniac, I think, 2-weight. And it dragged me all over the river for about 10 minutes, went absolutely berserk. Yep, oh now that is a better fish, here we go. That's better, that's what we're here for. See the old, yeah, that's a nice fish. We'll use the net for this one, I think. Oh! Would you, Adam, and bloody heave it. Oh well, there'll be another one. Proves the otters haven't eaten them all anyway. Take the positives, Neil, take the positives. That was a good fish for the team as well, Pratt. That's the way my season's going at the minute. I was on the lower 7 last weekend and I lost a huge barbel in a snag. I come here, hook a decent fish for the team and it comes off. That's the story of my life at the minute. No matter, no matter. Plenty left. actually upfished out there. There's a bloke just walked a dog past, he must think I'm absolutely tapped. Well, those who know me probably think I am, but he's looking at me like I was mad. I'm sat here chatting to myself. The indicator I'm using, just talk a bit about what I'm using, it's a length of Cortland indicator mono. I've really settled on it as being the best indicator material I've come on, because my eyesight's terrible and I tend to lose sight of certain indicators, but this one, because it's so bright, really does stand out. And I always tie it so I've got a length of the red and a length of the yellow or green, whichever way you want to call it. I think it's yellow, but I think the official thing is green. And then just broken up by the black that changes the colours on the spools. And I've just settled on it. Lewis Hendry showed me a material that was fantastic. Probably, you know, I mean, let's face it, Lewis knows what he's doing. Fantastic material, but it was yellow, and in certain lights I just couldn't see it. Obviously he's younger than me, so he could see it, but I couldn't. So you may notice I'm getting loads of bites. I'm that rusty, but it is encouraging. At least the grayling are still here. I've had some fantastic afternoons down here. This stretch here, just turn the camera up there, I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. But this stretch here is 5 minutes walk from my front door. So I do feel a bit privileged really to live where we do. I live in the Teme Valley, and literally probably don't realise how lucky we are having this on our doorstep. Unfortunately, it used to be one of the best barbel rivers in the country, but the floods of 2007 changed all that, and I think had the otters and the cormorants and everything else the fish are having to do. There's another fish, the smallest grayling in history. Floods and all the other predators they're having to deal with at the minute. Nice little shot, but you know, encouraging sign. That's fresh fish for the river. Yeah, all the predators are having to deal with it. There's hardly any barbel left, certainly in this stretch. I think I've seen 2 this year. And I did plan to have another one. Look. Little shot. Good sign really. But they're not the ones we're after. I want a nice fish would be just to get me back into this. Do you know, all those carp anglers, if any of you lot carp anglers watching this, sat behind buzzers, in a bivvy, watching telly, catching a mud pig, you seriously don't know what you're missing. I've been there, done that, I've had carp to 50, but it doesn't interest me in the slightest anymore. I struggle to sit barbel fishing. But this is active, this is why I love it so much. I think this is why I got into it so much, this fly fishing and nymph thing, because you're always on the go, you're always moving, you're always casting. Every cast is slightly different because you landed the nymphs in a slightly different current line. You know, oh, that was a good one. Now, look at that, that was right in front of my feet. I'm just going to hold the line up here, I'm going to get the flies to fish just that little bit shallower through there a minute. Make all the difference sometimes. It's all about feel, this is. It's all about staying in contact. I'm fairly confident at this, but you know, you watch some of the people I've lucky enough to call mates and fish with, like Lewis Hendry, and they're like next level, almost alien skills. Well, he looks like an alien anyway. Only joking, Lewis. Oh, look at that. Here, look, tangled. Told you, didn't I?